So we have little to no information on Fire Lord Sozin's father. And of course, Fire Lord Sozin's father would be Fire Lord Azulon's grandfather, Fire Lord Ozai's great-grandfather, General Iroh's great-grandfather, and Fire Lord Zuko's great-great-grandfather, and Fire Lord Izumi's great-great-great-grandfather. So basically, we're talking about Sozin's dad. Now, I am going to make a few assumptions about Sozin's dad. So the first time we ever hear about Fire Lord Sozin's dad is when the Fire Sages show up to Fire Lord Sozin and Avatar Roku's birthday party. And so, yeah, the Fire Sages basically crash Sozin and Roku's birthday to tell Roku that he's the Avatar because it was their 16th birthday, so Roku was turning 16. Now, first, before I make my point, actually, let me keep in mind that the Fire Lord himself, that is Sozin's dad, didn't even attend Sozin's birthday party. His dad did not attend his birthday party. His dad, the Fire Lord, did not attend the widely attended party. And the party was obviously attended by many, many people, including Tamin, Roku's future wife, and many wealthy and powerful people in the Fire Nation. And it seems like other people from other nations are, actually, that might have been Roku's wedding, but the point is, yeah, Sozin and Roku's birthday party was attended by a lot of people, but it's so strange that Sozin's own father, the Fire Lord, didn't even attend the party. It's just so weird. And it's not like Sozin was expecting him there either. Sozin's like, oh yeah, my dad's not here. He didn't even say anything about it. So I get it. Sozin's father was the Fire Lord, so he would have been very, very busy and had a lot to do. But are you sure you can't just make a little time for your son's birthday? And of course, sure, he could have shown up later, or maybe he showed up before that, and maybe he showed up a little bit later, or maybe they had a secret, intimate, a family party later. But whatever the case is, Sozin's own father did not even show up to Sozin's birthday party, so that's a little weird. And it leads me to believe that maybe Sozin and his father had a different, strained relationship. And we know for a fact that Sozin's father was not the bloodthirsty warmonger that Sozin was. Sozin's father, as we know, had no intention to expand the Fire Nation. He didn't. Sozin is the one who started conquering the Earth Kingdom, wiping out the air nomads, and basically starting the 100-Year War. So we know that Sozin's father did not have any of those imperial ambitions. So maybe Sozin was like, hey, my dad is not ambitious enough, he's not powerful enough, so when I become Fire Lord, I'm going to be a lot more stronger and a lot more ambitious, and we're going to do a lot better as a nation. We're going to be a lot more greedy as a nation. That's possible. Or maybe they had a perfectly fine relationship, but Sozin still just went about things a little differently. But when the Fire Sages first show up, obviously they don't know that, Roku and Sozin do not know that the Fire Sages are going to announce that Roku is the Avatar. However, Sozin's first question to the Fire Sages is, did something happen to my father? Now, of course, we could read that as just any child being concerned about the well-being of parents. Like, children are just concerned about the well-being of their parents, so they're asking. But we can also read that as, do you not see your father very often? Would you not know if something happened to him? And of course, it might not be a big deal. Maybe the Fire Sages just go around and deliver news about the Fire Lord. Maybe they just say, oh, so this happened to the Fire Lord and that happened to the Fire Lord. And so seeing all the Fire Sages at one time at the birthday party, Sozin was probably concerned that something horrible happened to his father. And he does seem genuinely concerned. So maybe Sozin did care about his father. He probably did. And I just want to say, it's kind of a little rude of the Fire Sages to show up at Roku's birthday party, just to crash Roku and Sozin's birthday party, to tell Roku that he's the Avatar. Couldn't you do that after the party's all finished and over? You don't want to make a big spectacle. Maybe they wanted to announce it in front of a bunch of people, but you didn't have to crash the birthday party like that, but that's on the Fire Sages. Now, Yeah, I mean that's really all the information we have on Fire Lord Sozin's father. So Fire Lord Sozin's father was not a not an imperialist. He was not a warmonger. He was not a war criminal. He did not want to expand the Fire Nation, and he might have had a close or distant relationship with Sozin. That's all we know. And a final note: Zuko added that when Sozin became Fire Lord, or when Sozin started the Hundred Year War, he basically blocked off the history of the Fire Nation. Like he censor the history of the Fire Nation, basically. So Sozin made it seem like the Fire Nation, the history of the Fire Nation started with him and the 100-Year War, the glory of the Fire Nation. And that's, first and foremost, that is a propaganda technique. So if Sozin's saying, hey, the Fire Nation history started with me, ignore all the history before that, then he's saying, I'm the most glorious leader of the Fire Nation, I'm the best leader the Fire Nation has ever had. I'm awesome, and listen to me. And it really solidifies and justifies and deifies his rule. So that's a propaganda technique. But secondly, it leads you to wonder, is it possible Sozin just really hated and resented his father so much that he just wanted to erase him from history? Like he wanted to erase his father from history, but then if he realized if he did that, he would have to relate just erase everyone else before him too. So that's why he blocked out the history. Like, did he hate his father, or like what's the deal? So there's a lot of conversation and nuance to be had about Sozin's father, what he was like personally, what his relationship with Sozin was like, and how he was for the Fire Nation as a whole, because the Fire Nation was clearly doing relatively well. So really well, actually. So maybe Sozin's father had a hand in that, or maybe it was all Sozin. Who knows? So it'd be interesting to know more, but we don't really have to delve into that. I mean, there are many other stories we can go to as well.